Hey guys, it's Nico from Steel City Vintage. In today's video, I want to talk about why it's so important to purchase a watch from the seller. You always hear the moniker, by the seller. That does not mean you have to purchase something from us here at Steel City Vintage, but we do encourage you to purchase from a known seller for the story you're about to hear. So just the other day, I have this box that comes across my desk. Right off the bat, I notice it is a Rolex box that was intended for the American market in the 60s and 70s. That is really cool in itself. I don't really come across a box like that too often. So as I'm going through the box and I'm opening it, I notice it has the original papers, the original anchor, the emblem, certificates, pamphlets, informational pamphlets, everything, the whole 9 yards. The bracelet that's on the watch is a C&I bracelet, and that was also made for the American market. So I'm listening to this story from this supposed original owner. He's telling me that nothing has been done to the watch. He purchased it. He was the first person who ever had it. Nothing's ever been done. You have the American market box. You have the American market bracelet on the watch. The insert's correct for the time period that matches up to the serial. Everything seems to be shaping up fine, but I take a closer look at the dial and it's actually a fake dial, not a refinished dial. It wasn't even correct to begin with at all. And let me get into that. So taking a closer look at the dial, now mind you, the images you're seeing were taken on a 50mm macro lens. So this is not what you're seeing in person. When you do see it through images of this resolution, it's a lot more obvious, let's be honest, especially this one. This was frankly not a very good redial at all. So to give you guys some insight on the process of how I would go about confirming if this is original dial or not. We have a Red Submariner, right? And we know that there's 6 dial variations for this specific reference. We have 3 meters first and 3 feet first dial variations. So right off the bat, we can eliminate mark 1, 2, and 3 because we know that this dial is a feet first dial. So already we've narrowed down the dial variations by 50%. We're left with mark 4, 5, and 6. Next, we can get rid of mark 6 because we know the 6s are closed in that dial variation. So that one's also right off the bat. And we're left with 4 and 5. Now from here, it does get a little bit trickier, but there's still some tips and tricks that you can use to eliminate which dial this one definitely is not. How I would go about it is I like to look at the horizontal bar on the feet, the F and the T. For a Mark 5, that should line up correctly, meaning on the same level. On this dial, that's what we have. The horizontal bar on the F and the T and feet after 660 line up correctly. So now we know we're left with a Mark 5 dial, or an attempt of a Mark 5 dial. So now we have to go about confirming, is this real or is this fake? And there are a number of tells. As I said before, these are 50mm macro shots, so it's a lot easier after you take pictures of such high resolution. But just using the naked eye, let's say you don't have a loop or anything like that, what I would do is look at the Submariner text, right? For the dial variations, and again, let's put up this picture right side by side so you guys can get an idea of what it is that I'm looking at or talking about. The Submariner text, width-wise, should not be wider than the subsequent line behind it. There's no dial variations that I know of where the Red Submariner text is wider than the line right underneath it. So that to me is one of the tells. And there are many other tells, but I'm just kind of giving you guys, to give you guys some of the bigger ones that you can be on the lookout for. Now, as you get into higher quality refinished dials, it does get a lot more difficult, but hopefully with these basic tips can help you guys to continue to evaluate watches in the future. I always encourage people to reach out to me on Instagram. I'm there to answer any questions that you guys might have. I love interacting with as many of the followers that I can. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like and subscribe button below, it really does help the channel grow. Thank you guys so much. Take care and God bless.